Hello, everyone. It's that time. It's time to relax, which is important. Life always has a way of being interesting, not always as we want. But as it's supposed to, whether we like it or not. It does many things to many people. Some of it we bring on ourselves, and some of it just happens. You have to understand that the world does happen. Even when we don't expect it to. The world is going to do things. We can either accept what happens and deal with it, or allow it to scare us. In which case, we walk this earth living in fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of that which we can't control. Fear of many things. None of which is helpful. All of which can be very harmful. Come on, little guy. All of it can scare us. All of it can make it. All of it can make our lives miserable, negative, and just downright sad. Well, it's not always good to live that way. In fact, it's not a good thing at all to live that way. I try very hard to help people get past fear and help people find their positive. To be able to look at the world and say, I'm going to be okay. No matter how things roll, I have the ability to be okay. Because you do. The world will do many things, not to test you, because it moves. You test yourself most of the time. The world does not. The world, Earth, is about giving you specific things. What you do with them and how how things interact with you is upon you. You and others. If you choose to be positive, and you're constantly working to put out a positive energy, positive eventually attracts and positive becomes. But you have to firmly want and believe in yourself and you're positive. One little thing can't knock you off your horse and go, oh, that's it. No. That's just one little thing. In a lifetime full of many things, it's one. One moment. That's all. What you do, how you react, and how you carry through mean everything. We can choose to react about a bad situation negatively. Get upset, throw a tantrum, throw our hands up at the air, scream at the gods, whatever. Or we can say, okay, I'm not happy about it, but I will endure. Many times I've been personally knocked down. And many times I've gotten up, brushed myself off, and moved forward. Those times that I get knocked down happen less and less as I'm willing to be positive and harness that, put it to use. It makes a difference. Many times in life, you will be faced with things and you're going, well, why is someone hurting me? Or what is it? Why is things not working? Or it shouldn't be this way. Well, depending on what you believe in and how you believe, is what the answer is. You ask me as a shaman, I'm the first one to sit there and go, you don't, unless you are in touch with your spirit, you as a spirit, you as a being, you probably really don't know what you're trying to accomplish this life. And for all you know, things are going exactly the way they're supposed to. And that may not be helpful, but I tell the truth. I tell fact, evidence presented to me. And I've gone through many things with many people. And when I talk to the spirit, the being within, I find out that usually that's what's supposed to be going on. Whether the body and the human side of you like it is not relevant to the being within. It's just not. The spirit or the being within tries to accomplish, to move forward. And in doing so, tries to learn. And if it doesn't learn what it set out to do, you redo everything in another life. Sometimes we have to learn from tragedies. And you sit there and say, well, but I didn't need to learn that from a tragedy. Well, maybe it's because this being within tried to do it without learning from tragedy, and it just wasn't happening. So, boom, there you go. I personally have had to crawl out of holes dug by myself. And that's not easy. But I made the decision a long time ago. That I would always view things as just a moment. And another moment will come. It's my choice how long the moment lasts, positively or negatively. And if I don't want a negative to last for a long time, then I guess I better get off my butt and figure it out. So that's what I do. I've heard people say, well, that's easy to say. No, it's not easy. I didn't say it was easy. It's just, you do it. I've given advice to others. Pick up your big boy pants and get to it. Because I've had to do the same. It's not easy. Life isn't always easy. I will never say it is. Being positive is not always easy. But for me and those that I know that choose to be positive, the rewards in your life are priceless, immeasurable. I don't stress about as much as many people that I watch. Some people, say, well, you're retired. What do you have to worry about? More than you think. Because my retirement wasn't what I wanted. And not for the fact that the retirement isn't there because I worked a long life, but because I'm injured. The retirement's there so that I can try to keep from dying. And that's my daily thing. That's what I have to do daily. Is choose. Choose to get up. And choose to engage life. I don't have to. It would be a very easy thing to stay in bed. Nobody would care. Nobody would catch me. It'd be a very easy thing just to sit, go downstairs, and watch TV and do nothing. But I don't do that. I choose to engage, to still be a shaman. I've got every excuse in the book at my disposal. I'm in pain all the time. I have doctors who say, "Hey, we expect nothing of you. Go home, sit on a computer, get behind a TV screen, do whatever you want. We'll give you any medication you want for pain. You're gone." And I don't do that. And it's not about my struggle, but I'm trying to help you understand. It's a choice. I choose to engage in my life. I choose to be positive because then my life is enjoyable to engage. If you're negative, you're engaging in a negative life. And all you feel is pain. And it pulls you down. It makes you feel burdened constantly. And that's just not fun. Nor is it enjoyable. Usually I do meditations. But tonight I wanted to talk to you about ways of thinking. And everybody's like positive, negative. Okay, big whoop. Even your words matter. Because you hear your words, and so do others. You think your words. And if you think negative words, and you say negative words, you emanate negativity. But if you talk positively, that means you're thinking positively. You're making that effort. At first, you may have to really try. But you're pushing yourself into that direction. And that's the difference. What's positive thinking mean? It means waking up and going, okay, I choose to get out of bed because I want to. I choose to take a shower because I enjoy how the water feels on me. I take care of myself because I'm worth it. And then I go to work because I want to have what I need and some of what I want. And when you're at work, you don't have to be negative about it. You go to work and you're positive, others will be positive with you. You go to work negatively, and that's what you are. The guy who's always grouchy. The guy who always frowns. So you go to work, and even if you know that there are going to be bad things happening, you smile and you greet everybody. Good morning. I hope you've had a good start to your day. It's one thing that used to make it interesting when I worked in the military. I worked in psychiatric wards, and I worked with other infantrymen as a medic. And the one thing they always found interesting about me, I always came on wherever I was with a smile. And I could be ready to tear into someone, but I would try my best to at least try and be positive before I had to take my work seriously. And then as soon as I'm done doing what I need to do, I would immediately turn around and try to be positive again. I was always known as fair. I was fair to people. My psychiatric patients used to get a little buggy with me because they were always trying to be depressed. And it was hard to be depressed around me. When I'd walk on shift, even if it was night shift, I was always, hello. I hope you had a good day, or how you doing, or how you feeling. I'd give them a chance to express so that I knew where they were and maybe I could help them. But helping them helps me because it reminds me I can be positive or I can be like that. And that's not being selfish, that's remembering what negative is. There are a lot of people out there that are negative. There are a lot of people who have a lot of bad days. You see it especially on social media. People are always talking about their anxieties, their depression, their sadness. The pandemic brought a lot of that out because people were isolated. And as much as you sit there and say, well, isn't that what some of those people wanted? They may think that. But that what little interaction they were getting did more to help them than they realize. The less interaction, the less they had to push themselves. They can just crawl in a hole, cover it up. Nobody will know. It's easy to do. Effort. To be positive, it does take effort, at least at first. But it's genuine because most everybody I know out there wants to feel positive. It just takes a little effort at first to remind ourselves. That's all. Just a little. Every one of you is worth a positive moment. Every one of you deserves a positive moment. It's your choice if you look for it. It's one thing you learned working in the psychiatric area. You can want to help someone, but if they don't want to help themselves, you'll get nowhere. The idea was to encourage them to want to help themselves. But it always came down to them. Encourage yourself. Find positive words. Write them on a mirror. You've heard me say, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to love yourself. You deserve love. Things like that. You hear me say that all the time. I'm just trying to remind you. That's all. I'm trying to remind you of something that should already be in place. Happiness isn't money. Happiness is being able to smile at your life. Contrary to what many people try to convince us these days, happiness has nothing to do with money or how we can do this or that. Happiness is found within. And if you have a problem with your own happiness, message me on Facebook. Maybe we can work on that. A lot of talking, huh? Tell you what, I'm going to simply remind you. Happiness is moment to moment, and so is negativity. Positive is moment to moment, and so is negativity. It is moment to moment. You choose how those moments are looked at and felt. You choose how your life moves. Whether you believe that or not, if you really look at it, we all make our choices. And if you make your choices, why not choose the ones that help you be positive? All right, everybody. I will be on Tuesday. I will not be on Thursday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm going camping, and I will be out in the wilderness in the evening. But I will be back next Tuesday. So this Tuesday I will be here, and then I will be back the next Tuesday. Don't forget to do things like get out. It helps recharge and refresh how you feel. I love you all. Thank you for coming tonight. I will see you on Tuesday. Good night.